and
Oddworld.
Hey oddballs, I'm your host Jensen, and welcome to episode 115. I am so excited that it is like spooky season because it's one of my favorite times of the year. And I actually just took my child to a spirit store the other day. And of course they have all the animatronics that you can buy on display. And I pressed one of the buttons and it wasn't overly scary by any means, but he definitely didn't like it. So I walked around the store with him and I took him back to like the masks section so that way he could like see the masks, and I made them goofy for him so it wasn't overly scary. And I don't know, I ended it with taking him to the kids section where they have all the cute fun Halloween costumes. And I mean, he was fine for the most part, but I don't know if my kid's gonna be into the spooky stuff like I am. But anyhow, have you guys been to a spirit store this year? If not, do you typically go? Let me know. And today we're gonna learn about a type of ghost, and I'm sad because it's our last ghost in this little list, but that's okay. Here we go. It's lesson time. Today's ghost lesson are funnel ghosts. Most often spotted in homes or old historical buildings. The funnel ghosts or vortex is frequently associated with a cold spot. They usually take on the shape of a swirling funnel, and most paranormal experts believe that they are a loved one returning for a visit, or even a former resident of the home. Appearing as a wisp of light or a swirling spiral of light, they are often caught in photographs or on video. So I've never really heard of the term funnel ghosts, and I find it interesting that they are either like a former resident or a loved one returning, if that really is the case. But I'm picturing all those photographs that have like the misty stuff in it, like the mist. But I feel like, let me look. I feel like that's more of like the ectoplasm or ectomist type of thing. I have never really seen a funnel ghost before. Cold spots, okay, sure, but swirling spiral of light, that's kind of a new one to me. I know it says wisp of light, but like, I don't know, that's really teetering along the ectomist thing to me too, at least in my opinion. Or maybe it's like those lights that like you take a photograph or a video and they like shoot across, kind of, you know, a wisp of light. I don't know. I can't say I've ever caught anything like this before. And if you guys have, I really want to see it, because the fact that it's a swirling funnel or like wisp of spiraling, swirling light, I don't know. I need to see photographs of this. So if you have one, please let me know, because I want to see. I did a little Googling, but I couldn't find much. So I need to see this because it just sounds a little interesting. But hey, it's our last ghost, and I've enjoyed this teeny tiny little segment. It's kind of been all over the place, but I mean, that's just how it is here. But anyhow, let's go ahead and move on to stories.
This comes from Mrs. Michelson 1920 on Reddit.
My friend and I found a broken mirror in the middle of the woods, and I took a shard of it home with me. That was like 2 years ago, and since then, really strange things have happened to both of us. One of them was last year on Halloween. We were walking along the woods at night when suddenly my friend said she saw something behind us. All you could see was a dark shadow, maybe as big as a dog. But when I put my flashlight on it, it started growing taller and became a man. He then started walking towards us, and when he was about to pass by us, I wanted to apologize for pointing the light directly at his face. So I said, I'm sorry. And the moment those words left my mouth, he abruptly halted and really slowly turned around. Never in my life have I felt so much danger emanating off one person. While turning around, he had a huge grin on his pale face, which made my heart drop. He then just stood in front of us grinning, eyes wide. After some time, he turned around and walked away into the woods. I don't want to sound weird, but he didn't seem human. Something was just off about him. Also, we live in a small town, and you usually know the people you pass on the street, at least by sight. But we had never seen that man before. So let me explain how I think that connects to the mirror. Both of us have always felt sort of drawn to that place in the woods. So we frequently went there, each time a bit farther. One day, we found this path, but when walking along it, noticed that it didn't lead to anywhere. When we walked back, we found the mirror leaning against a tree. After taking the shard while walking back, my friend heard a very small voice say, "Help me," out of the underbrush. We were both freaked out by it, so we just sped up our walking and continued on. That wasn't the last time we have been to that place. But recently, whenever we plan on going there, something happens to stop us. Like a thunderstorm, or us feeling incredibly tired all of a sudden. Long story short, we think that maybe we unleashed something by touching that mirror, and especially by me taking the shard home with me, and maybe something else along the way with it. Or maybe those strange things aren't happening because of the mirror. I feel I should mention that my friend has visions from time to time that, more often than not, come true. We both feel haunted to some extent. It feels like there is a presence in my house. I hear noises or see shadows, which have often caused me to believe that there is an intruder in the house. Additionally, I have really disturbing dreams. A week ago, my brother heard me screaming in the middle of the night, saying that I was being watched. When he told me in the morning, I couldn't remember anything about it. Does anyone know what this can mean, or any rituals to find out what has been happening to us? I'm not sure I believe in that sort of thing. What do you think about the mirror? I think you should have probably left the shard of mirror there. Now, I don't want to say that this is what opened up the can of worms for everything to start happening to you, but you probably should have left it there. First of all, I do love mirrors. I think they can be pretty. However, mirrors can be portals. So taking a shard of a mirror that is in the woods, nonetheless, probably was not a good move. But, I could also be completely wrong. On the other hand, the fact that these people are drawn to the woods and they keep going further and further makes me wonder two things. One, are they supposed to go further because they're supposed to find something, whether it be good or bad, and that is why they're being drawn there? Or two, are they being drawn because of something negative? And the reason why, thunderstorms or being tired is stopping them from going makes me think that they probably shouldn't be going. Only because if Mother Nature is stopping you from going into nature, then maybe you shouldn't be going into nature. That's obviously just my opinion, but I don't know, it sounds pretty right. But now I'm going to jump over to that creepy ass dude. How does it go from shaped like a dog to a man? And then this person was going to say sorry because they felt bad for shining the light in their face. And then he turned around with a weird grin. To me, this feels like a skinwalker, but it could be maybe like a shapeshifter. To me, they're almost two of the same things. However, I'm not going to claim that everything out there that's spooky like that is a skinwalker. So that's why I'm saying maybe shapeshifter, unless they are completely the same thing and I'm just being stupid right now. But how else would you explain some dark shadow figure thingy turning into a man? And then also just being really creepy like that. It feels like a horror movie movie. Ugh. I hate everything about that. If something is going to stare at me, a tall, creepy man nonetheless, sorry to all you men out there, but if you're going to stare at me with a weird, creepy grin, I'm probably going to punch you in the face. I'm sorry, but who are you to freak me out like that? And, you know, in all honesty, if it's not paranormal and it's just some weird guy who is like on his feet and hands, like crawling on the ground or something, I don't know, moving like a dog and then standing up, and it was dark out, so maybe they didn't get a full picture and view of what was actually going on. I don't know. But if it was just somebody genuinely just maybe on drugs or trying to scare these people, then that's equally as messed up as seeing something paranormal, because it's not okay. It's disgusting. I can already picture it in my brain, and that's what is really giving me the chills and creeps here. Like no. But anyhow, I would like to know your guys' opinions, and we're gonna head and move on to the next story.
This comes from best-extreme4280 on Reddit.
I've had my fair share of paranormal activity, so it hasn't been much of an issue to me at all most of my life. But recently, it's been increasing and becoming more frequent. 2 weeks ago, I was on a FaceTime call with my boyfriend. I go into my room with all of the lights off as we are about to watch a scary movie. And he asks me if my dog was in my room, which I replied, no, he's not. My boyfriend then asked if I was close to the camera. I replied no again because I was sitting back eating my food. He says to get up and turn on the lights. So I do. And then I turn them back off. I do this twice. He tells me after that, something else is in the room with me. So I laugh about it, but leave the lights on just in case. And behold, I see something duck behind the bed. So I leave the room in a panic. And he tells me he saw a monkey's face near the edge of my bed, getting closer the more that we talked. And eventually, it was very close to my camera, just looking and moving its head around at the time that I had gotten up to turn on the lights. When I did, it vanished, but returned after the lights got cut off again, but wasn't seen after they cut back on. Not too long after, I relocated to the living room. I heard running past my head and got up in a panic again, but nobody was there. Fast forward a few days, and a volleyball rolls down the hall. Shampoo falls off the shower ledge, and the floorboards creak. I'm not sure why the spirit is getting so bold. We haven't had problems until the start of August. Can anyone give me advice or help to bring the encounters down or calm the spirit once again? Alright, so this is almost a typical haunting, except for the fact of the monkey's face. Are you freaking kidding me right now? What the hell is that? Like, excuse me, but okay. A volleyball rolls down the hall, shampoo falls in the shower, ooh, floorboards creak. Okay, I get that. However, what the hell is the monkey? What is the monkey? I mean, I have failed to ask this person if they've lived in this house the whole time and if they had a monkey, but I feel like they would have mentioned that they had a monkey. And what I mean by that is, like, did they have a pet monkey and the monkey passed away and now we're seeing the ghost monkey? Because wow, that's a new one to me. And if they haven't lived in the house the whole time, did the previous owner have a monkey and the monkey passed away? That's literally the only thing that my brain can think of, because why is there a monkey of all things on the FaceTime call getting freaking closer to this person or closer to the camera? I just hate it. And the only reason why I think it might be some kind of like deceased monkey is just based off of the fact that it's getting closer to the camera and it's just kind of looking around, like, you know, like a Curious George type of situation. But I don't like that. I don't like it. But oh my God, what if it is? What if it is a monkey who lived in the house, or maybe, I don't know, passed away nearby and now they're just hanging out at your house? I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, they're playing with the volleyball, curious about the shampoo, knocking it off the ledge. I don't know. The floorboards creaking could be the monkey moving around. That is the only way that I can make this not so scary, is there is just a monkey that has passed away, and that is what is haunting your house. Because I cannot, my brain cannot go to anything else it can't be scary. I can't make this one scary. No, because that is scary. That's scary. Why is there a monkey? Okay, I'm going to shut up because I want to know your guys' opinions. What do you think this could be? Because other than, like I said, the typical sort of haunting stuff, things moving around, floorboards creaking, there is a monkey. Please explain that to me. But anyhow, if you have a paranormal story, like either story today or any paranormal story in general, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And well, it's an odd world after all. Oddballs. Thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave 5 stars or thumbs up on whatever podcast platform you listen on. If you have any comments for this episode, comment below or head over to Instagram and comment on this episode's preview. To submit a story or for more information, go to itsanoddworldafterall.com.